Eddington is one of Ari Aster's unsettling movies this year. It takes place during the 2020 lockdowns and is full of conspiracy theories, political conflicts, and shocking violence. But the biggest mystery is, who was really the villain? Was it Joe Cross? Was it Ted Garcia? Or was it something even darker? In this video, we'll break down the ending, uncover the hidden messages, and explore what Ari Aster might really be saying about America, fear, and power. Eddington is about Joe Cross, played by Joaquin Phoenix, a sheriff in a small New Mexico town during the 2020 lockdowns. Joe hates wearing masks and spends his night glued to social media, falling deeper into conspiracy theories about the pandemic. At home, his life isn't much better. His wife Louise, played by Emma Stone, is cold and distant, and her mom Dawn is loud, opinionated, and quick to believe any wild theory she finds online. Joe's biggest enemy is the town's mayor, Ted Garcia, played by Pedro Pascal. Ted supports mask mandates and wants to build a massive new data center to modernize the town. But their rivalry isn't just about politics, it's personal. Louise used to date Ted before marrying Joe, and that eats away at Joe's fragile ego. When Ted's son mocks him, saying his dad dumped Louise, Joe snaps. In a desperate move, he holds a press conference and falsely claims Ted got Louise pregnant as a teen and forced her to have an abortion. The plan completely backfires. Louise publicly denies the accusations and then leaves Joe to join a strange cult led by Vernon, played by Austin Butler. Ted humiliates Joe in public by slapping him at a campaign event, and Joe's anger finally boils over. He kills a homeless man out of pure rage, then murders Ted Garcia and his son Eric in their home. To cover it up, he sprays paints "No justice, no peace" on the wall, trying to frame local left-wing activists. He even goes so far as to frame his own black deputy, Michael, planting evidence to make him look guilty. But things spin even further out of control. Masked militants suddenly invade the town, setting dumpsters on fire, drones drop bombs, and riots flood the streets. Joe tries to fight back, grabbing a machine gun and going on a rampage, accidentally killing an innocent cop in the chaos. Eventually, he runs out of bullets and is stabbed in the head by an assassin, but a teenage protester saves him at the last second. In the end, Joe survives but is left paralyzed and unable to speak. Despite everything, he somehow becomes a mayor by default, with Dawn now speaking on his behalf. The town opens the new data center, the very thing Ted wanted all along. But Joe is forced to watch helplessly as Louise appears in a cult video, smiling and pregnant with the cult leader's baby. Meanwhile, Michael is cleared of all charges, but is clearly traumatized and still working as a cop. So who is the villain? Let's look at the suspects. Joe Cross, the sheriff. At first glance, he's supposed to be the protector of this new small Mexico town. But Joe is anything but stable. He's angry, he's paranoid, he spends his nights drowning in online conspiracy theories and letting fear rot his mind. And that paranoia, it turns violent. Joe spreads lies, twisting the truth about Mayor Ted Garcia, accusing him of getting Louise pregnant just to humiliate him. But when the lies spiral out of control, so does Joe. He kills a homeless man, then Ted Garcia, then Ted's son Eric. Each murder isn't just a crime, it's a desperate act to hold on to the little control he has left. He's not just a man losing his mind, he's a ticking time bomb. He escalates the chaos, frames activists, turns onto his own deputy. In any normal story, Joe Cross is the clear villain, the corrupt cop, the unstable man with a badge. But is he really the only villain here? Let's talk about Ted Garcia. Mayor Ted Garcia, the so-called voice of reason. The man who stood against Joe Cross pushing for mask mandate and a shiny new data center that promised jobs and progress. On the surface, he's the hero this town needs. But dig a little deeper and cracks appear. That data center, it's not just about helping the town. It's about profit, control, and his political future. Ted uses fear too, just in a different way. While Joe's paranoia explodes in violence, Ted is quiet, calculated, corporate. He is not pulling the trigger like Joe, but his decisions fuel the same chaos. He exploits the pandemic, profits from people suffering, and plays the long game. And remember, he's not innocent in the personal feud either. Louise, Joe's wife, she was Ted's ex. Their history makes everything more complicated, more personal. So is Ted a hero, or just another kind of villain? The one who smiles while selling you out? In another story, he could be a true antagonist, manipulating a broken system for his own gain. But what if neither of them is the real villain? Now, we smoothly transition to a bigger picture segment: the town, the cult, the mass protesters, and the idea that everyone is to blame. The truth is, Eddington doesn't give us a clear villain. It's not just Joe, it's not just Ted, it's not just the cult, the militants, the town itself. It's the fear that spreads faster than any virus. The division that turns neighbor against neighbor. The selfishness, the lies, the way everyone wants someone else to blame. Ari Aster doesn't want you to pick one bad guy. He wants you to see all of us, Americans, tearing ourselves apart in a storm of fear, politics, and mistrust. In Eddington, the villain is not just a person, it's the system, it's the society, it's us. So, who do you think was the real villain of Eddington? Joe, Ted, the cult, or everyone? Let me know your theory in the comments, and if you like contents like this, please like this video and please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video.